Well, it's been a while since I made a wood turning video. I've been busy. The last few months have just been, well, remodeled 2 bedrooms, a hallway, 1 stairwell, and I'm in the middle of doing another one. Never did stairs before. So, and to say that remodel, I'm not talking about slapping a coat of paint on and moving the furniture around. We stripped it down to the studs, ripped out all the insulation because there was some mold in there, filled the cavity with half foam and half bat insulation called a flashing bat to seal it up because the air drafts were it's just ridiculous. This house was built in '85. I'm not sure they had a code department out here in '85, but the electrical nightmare. I did a video on the electrical outlets, the sockets, metal boxes, screws not tightened down, touching the sides and arcing. Got photos. Anyway, things are starting to slow down a little bit. So I'm going to get back into wood turning. And I went a couple weeks ago to a wood hobby store. And I'm not going to say their name. I'm going to their class tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. If it goes good, I'll sing their praises. If I'm less than enthused, we'll just call it a Woodcraft store. So I went in there to get some wood and ask some advice and sign up for the class and stuff like that. And, well, see this? It's $50. So I need to find a better source for wood. They're pretty. Oh, and I got this piece here. It's a special piece. And had a good time in that store. I was like I was going to say kid in a candy store, but I'm too old for that. How about a middle-aged man at a cabaret? No, I'm too old for that too, so. Funny story about a cabaret, though. Wife and I retired fairly young. This was, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. So she finds, and she wants to keep busy. She wants to try different things, and, you know, they say if you retire and you don't do anything, you drop dead. So, anyway, so she wanted to do all this stuff. So, online, there's this place where you'd get these coupons for stuff for reduced rates. So she sees one for a cabaret. And she's thinking of that, I think it was Cher put a movie out, Cabaret or something like that. So she's thinking something just a little on the risque side, with a dinner and everything. I mean, it was a good deal. So as soon as she said that, I go, strip joint. And she goes, no, it's a cabaret. Well, that was the first time I ever took my wife to a strip joint. But the dinner was incredibly good. Well, actually, she took me. So there you go. Anyway, the meal was incredible. Anyway, so going to that Woods with that men's craft store. Yeah, that's a lot of money there, and I've already turned some of it. So, like I said, I got to get better. So I decided to take a class. Now, I could have taken a class in the beginning when I first started doing this stuff, and I decided not to. And the reason I decided not to is because whenever you roll into a class, they start using words you don't understand. And they start talking about equipment that you don't understand. So the way I like to do things is roll up my sleeves, get my hands dirty, and spend some money. I call it tuition. And you learn a lot that way. But you learn kind of the macro on something. Now, to get down to the micro on something, you need a class. So I'm taking a class tomorrow, and I've been doing. I say I'm busy, and I've been doing wood turning, but what I haven't been doing is making videos of it. One thing about making videos is it takes time, And if you were to do and get some decent shots and stuff like that, it adds up, and it adds to the stress. I mean, I would come out here, I'd chuck up a piece of wood, and I'd turn it into sawdust. And if I was really lucky, I got something out of it. So I made a few bowls. They came out okay. I'm going to be cycling the pictures up over here of just stuff I've been making. And hopefully I got a little video that I want to try to get up there too. I don't know if I can or not. Because I've been making those spinning top things. And the grandkids like them. I say grandkids. Yeah, I got one daughter that just absolutely loves them. So this piece of wood right here, I made her 3 so far out of it. She writes code and she sits at a desk all day, so she can sit there and play with them on her desk. Anyway, so tomorrow morning I am going to this class, and then I get home late tomorrow night, so it's an all day class, and I'm really looking forward to it. I will let you know. There's to give you an example. You learn stuff on YouTube. Don't get me wrong, I've got a degree in YouTube University. But sometimes it doesn't work out. Example, I read an article. Your lathe height is supposed to be, the center of the spindle is supposed to be your elbow. The crook in your elbow. But I'm using carbide. Is that applicable for carbide? Tool rest height. What's the accurate tool rest height for carbide? Some of this stuff, you know, you can find this stuff out, but is it right? Am I doing carbide right? Turning with carbide right? Anyway, so tonight to get ready for the class, I got to sharpen my carbide. It's super simple to do. If I'm doing it right, I don't know. That's going to be one of the things I ask is this the proper way to sharpen your carbide? I'm taking my tools with me. I'm taking my little go bag with me with my lathe tools in it. And hopefully the guy will have 5 minutes just to spend with me and go over this stuff. I don't know if he's going to teach carbide. I'm not going to switch. There's no way I'm going to get into sharpening. I mean, sharpening a carbide, don't get me wrong, it takes like a minute per tool. And you don't have to have your angles all set up right. So, anyway, tomorrow, class. I decided to go ahead and make an addition to the video to show how I sharpen my carbide blades. Am I doing it right? Don't know. Now, this is 600 grit, okay? Some videos say 600, then flip it over and do 1,000. Other videos say do 600, you do 1,000, and it's gone within minutes. So it's really going from 600 to 1,000 is really not worth it. Do I know if they're lying? I haven't got a clue. So, a couple drops of that. This is honing solution. Amazon, I think this was $6, and I think that was 12. I'm only going to sharpen 2 of my tools, and I use Simply tools. The reason I use Simply tools, they were on sale. Clean that out. But don't get me wrong, I've had very good luck with it. Well, as far as I know, see, this is why I got to take a class. I don't know if what I'm doing is right. I don't know if what I'm doing is wrong. What I think is good, is that really good, or am I just delusional? I don't know. So, wipe it off a little bit. And then from what everybody says, you don't have to do the sides. You just have to do that spot. And it's literally this. And you use a bunch of the surface so you're not, just wearing out your sharpening stone in one spot. So I'll use half for this, and then on my other one I'll use the other half. And you do it till you start getting some color. Not right when you start getting color, but when you start getting a good amount of color. And you can see the color starting to come up. So as far as I know,
that one is now sharp. So let's grab my round. And sharpen it. So for carbide, this is literally your entire sharpening setup. Is less than 20 bucks. Or, well, you do the math on what I said. It's less than 50 bucks, and we'll leave it at that. It's not even close to 50 bucks. So, you turn it around. Put another drop on here. That's really all you need is a drop. I used way too much. And then, repeat. Color on this one's coming up quick, and we'll call it right there. Now I'm going to take these in tomorrow and have the instructor look at them and tell me if I'm doing it right, if I'm doing it wrong. But as far as I know, and again, this is why I'm taking the class, as far as I know, I just did a good job. So that's it. That's how I sharpen my carbide.
Well, I made it. Don't want to say I'm excited, but I think I've been awake since about 4:30 this morning. So, looking forward to this. And I scoped out the important things. I'm early. It's 9. Doesn't start till 9:30. So of course, I'm gonna have to go inside and walk around a bit. But the important things, I've already scoped out lunch, which is a Denny's next door. So I think I'll get me some waffles. I haven't had waffles in a long time. So, anyway, looking forward to this. I brought my turning tools. I brought them all. I was trying to think if I just brought my main 3, but I brought them all, which includes a parting tool and the thing with the little crook. I don't know what it is. And I brought my little bag, so if he wants to go over like the sharpening or stuff like that. But I also brought examples of my work. So hopefully he'll have time, the instructor will have time to take a look at it and give me some pointers to make things a little bit better. And, oh, and I'm in the van, the GMC Safari van. We've had it down here in Texas, and it just runs great. So I'm thinking about when we get back up there selling the Ranger, and when we get back to our northern location, selling the Ranger, and just keeping this. You just throw your stuff in the back and close the doors, and I pulled the seats out. It had big old seats back there. I pulled them all out. So anyway, of course I'll keep my big truck. You know, you gotta have that. But this is just so handy. And if it breaks and it's like a major break, like an engine or a train, just have it towed to a junkyard. I mean, it's $1,500. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside and try not to spend money, and get ready for the class. I'll tell you how it went. Well, the class is over. Had a really good time, learned a few things, and had a few things reinforced that I was doing it correctly, and a few things that I was doing completely wrong. So anyway, here's my bowl. It's mahogany, and I think it's gorgeous. It came out nice. So the bottom line, oh well, bad news for the day. I didn't get my waffles. Lunchtime rolls around. It was about 12:30, 12:40. Literally right next door. So I walked, well, not next door. It's a golf cart place next door, but right on the other side of that, there's a Denny's. So I walked in, 12:30, 12:40, something like that. The guy goes, "Hey, I can seat you, but it's gonna be an hour before you get any food." It's Denny's. I wanted waffles, so I didn't get it. So I went down to a sub place down the street. $9 for a sub sandwich. I swear to God, it was that big. Anyway, Was it worth the time and money and everything? Yeah, time-wise, definitely worth it. There's so many little things, you know. There were 2 other people in the class. It was a couple. It was a guy and a girl. And they had played around on a lathe before, and they learned a ton. He had to spend a lot of time with them. He didn't need to spend a lot of time with me. He'd walk over and give me some pointers and then move on. And they were good people. Everybody learned a lot. Now, so time-wise, yeah, it was worth it. Money-wise, $130. Okay, the chunk of wood was almost $30, but you have to consider where you're buying the wood from. They're pricey. So it was $100. The instructor was good, very personable, didn't rush anything, so he let it sink in. It's funny. It reminded me of Disneyland. You know how you go on a ride, and then when the ride's over, you get off, and you're magically in a gift shop. Well, it's kind of how this place is set up. You have to walk all the way through it to get to the classroom. You have the class, and then you walk out, and you're walking past all these tools and all this stuff. And there's this tool brand called Festoon. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it doesn't matter. Stupid expensive. Are they the best in the world? I haven't got a clue because I'll never buy one. But they had a tool. It fit in your hand. It was a power tool. I didn't even know what the hell it was because the price tag said $425. It went right back on the counter or on the shelf there. It ain't coming home with me. Anyway, just reminded me of Disneyland because you got to walk right past all this stuff on your way out. Anyway, I think that'll do it. Am I now an absolute perfect lathe wood turning guy? No. Is this bull absolutely perfect? No. Did we make progress? Yeah, this is probably the best bull I ever made, and my skills are increased. And I learned that when sharpening carbide, you don't wait till you start seeing color. It's like 30 seconds. Take the time. 30 seconds, you're done, and move on. And one of those things that I do that was reinforced was carbide. It's the way to go. That's what they teach in there. It's what, you know, they're handing their students out. And the instructor's been doing it for 54 years, and he's just like, no, just carbide. If he had traditional tools in there, the round nose, he would have had to sharpen everybody's round nose at least once during the class. So anyway, not a perfect wood turner, but I made progress today.